How's the lighting?
Perfect.
How's our heads?
Much better. Not leaning.
Mike, and we've got podcast vibes going on.
Yeah,
which
you got
I
some
like.
podcast vibes going on. Yeah.
All right, so welcome back. We're here back with you in 2025 for another episode of Sheet Talk. Super excited. 2024 finished great. We had a lot of fun stuff that happened in the year, and I was reading the 2020s is actually when the Jetsons apparently were born.
Wow.
So we're kind of, we're really feeling like we're in the future at this point. I'm still waiting for the flying cars, but whatever. I'm feeling good about the future.
Yeah,
so,
and the push button meals.
Yeah, that would be good.
Nice,
I'd be excited about that. So yeah, welcome back with, we're happy to have you, and a lot of exciting things that are going on, and we're excited about a new year. So really wanted to recap to start on some of the specialty things that we did in 2024 that were exciting. So I'm not sure if you had a chance to get your hands on some of the butterfly collection, which was a fun little thing that we did, a series of specialty sheet glass that shipped out a few months ago. So that was exciting, and we had a lot of artists that made some really cool stuff with that. Also, we had the yellow jacket, which was a really special, spirit glass. So if you guys out there are familiar with the spirit glass, it kind of looks like a hand-blown type, sheet.
Yes.
So really good for stained glass artists, really great for fused artists as well. If you hadn't seen it, go check it out. But I bet you can guess yellow jacket that it looked like. So for those of you out there that are making your bead projects, it's a good item.
I think we had it as a sneak peek in our last video.
In the spirit of.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
In the spirit. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
If you missed it, our pearl opals are back in stock. I know those are a very sought after item and sometimes hard to find. So those are out in your distributor and retailers as we speak.
Awesome. Those are some of my favorite personally. And we also, our newest combination of Fusers Reserves was the Jumanji and Jungle Fog. So check that out. Those are super cool. They have a venturine in them, which is always a big hit. And so for Oceanside and for us, we really love to make the specialty items. And we talk about it all the time. The core stuff we're still very focused on. But anytime that we can make something that's special and kind of a limited, release, something limited edition, that's always, fun, especially for marketing team and product. We always get super excited about that.
Absolutely.
And then another update for 2025, last few months, 3-4 months or so, we've made quite a bit of studio nuggets. So for the glass blowing world out there, we've been producing tons of nuggets and they've been shipping out over the last few months. We know there was a period of time last year where there was a little, setback in availability, so they weren't as available. But just rest assured, we have no plans to stop making nuggets, and we're excited about the future for the glass blowing market and be able to have those readily available. And so biggest change is that, where you're going to find those to purchase is going to be through our art glass distributors. If you're looking for a place to find the studio nuggets, we've listed on our website a list of authorized dealers, and we are looking to expand those options as well, primarily for those on the East Coast. We know that we could use another distributor out in that area, so we are working on that.
Awesome. And another thing that we've worked on recently is our website. So if you haven't had a chance to go out and take a look at that, please do so. As you're navigating through our website, you'll find that we have it broken out into 3 main categories now. Under the stained glass category, you will find resources such as Cut Like a Pro. Check that out if you haven't already. So in our fusing area, you can find our step-by-step reference, which is great for the beginners, and also has some information in there with regards to our reactive charts and things that aren't normally found at your retailers. And in our blowing category, you can find all of our information on our nuggets, our color bar, and our cane. So check that out as well. You can also find our inspiration area, and if you have any items that you'd like to share with us that we can add to this, that would be great. As John had mentioned before, we're always looking for new items to put on our website. One of the main areas that we've expanded is our resources. And in there you can find some of the historical library of patterns. Those are from Spectrum, and then also from our pattern contest winners. Their patterns are listed in there as well.
Yeah, I love the pattern contest. Now, personally, I do stained glass myself. If you didn't know, I won't shout out my Instagram, because I'm not trying to plug myself here. But people who do stained glass will know that like the design part of it is always kind of challenging. I'd love to get a really cool pattern and make it. So those out there that are making these really cool patterns, it's fun to share that and get some inspiration and be able to, all the glass that we make, to really bring that to life in a project. And so one of the other goals that we have moving forward is around imagery for the glass that we make. I always say that like the glass is so handmade and so special that we're not 3D printing the glass, right? So there's a lot of variation, from batch to batch, from day to day, depending on the chemicals and all these other variables. And the cool thing about that is that the glass is all super unique. So from sheet to sheet, you get something a little bit different. Some people want to get something that's really consistent, and we do work on that to try to have things as consistent as possible. But it is, again, by nature, super handmade. So one of the things we really want to work on is having, kind of a catalog of imagery where it might be a variety of images from maybe the lighter side or the darker side, or what that variation might look like, as well as fused photos, which we think would be really important for you fusers out there. So we know that the glass that we make it's not really doing a lot of striking or shifting too much, but there are some colors out there that when fused they can change a little bit. They might darken up a little bit, they might shift a little bit in color. And so we think that by providing some of that post-fuse images, that would really help for artists out there to be prepared and not have to do as much testing prior to their projects. So
yeah, we're excited for that expansion for sure.
Some of those goals, imagery, and other things like we've talked about, we're always reviewing the color palette. We know how important that is for artists out there and those of you out there that are creating. And we'd love to hear from you. We know that the pinks and the purples and some of those really, great gold-bearing colors aren't in our palette currently, but we have some opportunities to bring some different colors into the palette. So we'd love to hear from you. What are we missing? What could we do a little bit different? Definitely reach out. But we're going to be reviewing the palette as we always do. If there's some that are maybe unpopular, maybe those get discontinued. And then if there's some other opportunities that we have to bring in some other cool colors, we're definitely going to do that. So that's an exciting thing moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've heard you on the lighter version of terracotta, and we're working on that. So
for sure,
we've definitely heard you. Wanted to touch base on that. And then also what's super exciting is all the upcoming events that we have. So we have GCBE coming up, we have GAS in Texas coming up. So we're excited to see all of you and interact with you and be able to get that information and that feedback face to face and spend some time together. So we're excited for those coming up.
Definitely. And most of you out there might know, but if you don't, Melissa Masota has been an awesome brand ambassador for us. So we'll encourage you, if you're on Instagram, go check her out. She's at Masota Glass. She's had a great, increase in her following. She's had some viral content. She does some great stuff with the glass blowing products that we make. And she uses some other products out there as well that work well with Oceanside. So great tips and tricks and fun content that she makes, and so we'd encourage you to check her out. Another little thing that just kind of a little tease out, a lot of changes last year in terms of the new location that we're at for the headquarters. In that transition, we also moved up our mixed case program. So if you don't know basically what that means is that most of what we used to have the setup was closed cases of glass. So it wasn't going to be an open bin system with individual sheets. So we do have that now, which has been great for our distributors. We're able to get those shipments out quicker and fill those mixed cases. But what's great about that too is we have a lot of glass here, and there's some fall down and some things that happen if glass breaks. And so just a little teaser out there for you and those artists. If you guys are looking for some opportunities to get a little variety of something, make sure you're following us on Instagram. Make sure you're on the newsletter. We'll have a cool little thing that we're going to shout out for the artists and something cool to come. So.
Exciting. Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Those are great.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us for another episode of Sheet Talk. Happy New Year. Super excited about 2025. We're looking forward to more episodes of Sheet Talk, so keep your eye out for that. And we do want to send our thoughts and prayers, and our hearts go out to those affected by the fires in LA. Stay safe out there. And until next time,
stay glassy.
Stay glassy. Did you like that, or you want to do a run it again?